human capital team initiate various well-being programs, and we also partner with employee itself to give ideas and champion various fun learning and engagement sessions.
Hello everyone, welcome to this new episode of People Led Show by Infido. My name is Pawan Rochwani, and in this episode, I have the privilege of hosting Sumia, who is the CHRO at Hana Bank Indonesia. She is a very senior executive leader who has proven track record of building a culture of continuous improvement through implementing large and complex human capital and operation banking strategies. She has been leading the process of transformation from conventional banking to digital banking. She has also built a new and strong corporate culture, which is supported by newer technological innovations and newer challenges that come in the human resource department and how to tackle that through technology. We also do touch upon AI as a topic. Of course, no episode is complete without AI and HR as a discussion. I hope you enjoy this episode. If you like this, please do share it with other folks who are in the HR space or people that you might think who would love to hear something like this. Here is how the recording went, and this was pre recorded. So some of the discussions or questions might have been from a different time and context. I hope you enjoy this. Sumia, thank you so much for taking out the time to do this. I'm really, really thrilled to host you on our show, and I'm so glad that we got to do this today. So thank you so much for being on our podcast.
Thank you, Pawan and Infido, for inviting me. 안녕하세요. It's a pleasure to be here.
Super. I start all my conversations with this one question that I ask to all CHROs. Um,
Mm.
and it is about what do you do outside of work and what is something that people might not find about you online. So let's start with that before we get into a lot of HR and people analytics and other things.
Yeah. I enjoy spending time with my little dog Chochan. He's very
Oh,
playful, love to do creative things to get my attention. I was very surprised on how he's able to understand my emotion, make me feel most loved in the world.
super. I am also a pet parent, so I know how these little ones bring out best creative things to get your attention. Hopefully, if anytime I'm in Jakarta, we'll get to play with him. Um,
Oh,
but that's great. And if I have to ask you before we get into all the questions, like what are the top two dilemmas or questions that you face as a CHRO of Hana Bank? Like what would be those two top dilemmas for you?
the first is how to balance the challenge of becoming SR leader who can support in achieving the bank strategy while satisfy this employee.
Mm,
The second one is in line with the growing technology in banking industry. My question is, how can we continuously provide? I can be changed, sorry.
no problem.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So in line, the second one is in line with growing technology in banking industry. My question is, how can we continuously provide challenging opportunity to our employee while at the same time we continue to advance our technology?
Wow. That's really great, actually. And, this is something that at Infido also we try to help a lot of 300 plus CHROs that we like work with. And I'm glad that you brought up the point of technology. Um, because right now a lot of organizations, not only in Indonesia but across the globe, are leveraging technology to make humans the focal point of work. And I just want to understand, is there something that you folks are already using, any technology or any tools, or anything that we should like know that you're using from the point of view of like work for employees?
First things first, we must remember that the creator of technology are human. It's us who create technology to suit our needs in order to make our life more comfortable and provide a higher level of satisfaction.
Yeah.
As long as human need and desire still exist, technology progress will never stop.
Mm.
The most important thing is when a technology is created, we must provide opportunity for continuously learning.
Mm.
Organization can not longer solely depend on corporate learning department to analyze learning needs, design curriculum, and develop learning solution. Instead, organization need to instill a growth mindset in the workforce and provide opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
This, when the collaboration project will bring not only engagement, but also the faster learning curve opportunity for employee to gain new skill and experience and be able to take a new role or additional responsibility.
Yeah. I think very rightly said that this collaboration between technology and employees need to happen for that faster learning and faster adoptions. Um, One more question on this technology front itself. Um, we still witness a disconnect sometimes among employees, which might lead to reasons for burnout or mental health problems in workplace. And a lot of this especially has happened in like hybrid work settings. How can leaders like you address this challenge? How can they, really make sure that their employees feel satisfied at work?
Yeah. So our organization implement full work from office policy because we are banking industry. So we required to do work from home. Work from office actually.
Yeah.
So to avoid disconnect, burnout, and mental health problem, we create a number of activity to create collaboration and engagement among employees. So this program also joined by the board of management. So we help leaders and team to align with Hana Bank strategy by first, foster a positive work environment through trust, sense of belonging, and also ownership. Second, have a clear KPI to establish clear expectation. The third one, adding continuous interactive training to fill the knowledge gap and optimize productivity. For collaboration and feedback through regular meeting. And the last one, we introduce all leader and employee with collaboration tool so they can work together and collaborate to solve the problem. They may lead to unproductive activity through project. The employee will be also become a critical stress point more than ever. For this reason, human capital team initiate various well-being programs, and we also partner with employee itself to give idea and champion various fun learning and engagement sessions.
Wow. And you very rightly said that, that continuous listening and regular check-ins with the employees are like really, really important. Um, and I'm glad like we are talking about this because my next question is about work culture and the reasons for any employee at any organization to like stay can be multiple. It could be about compensation or any other things, but I think the cultural elements matter the most, and that can help us attract and retain top talent. So what are those top two or three cultural elements at Hana Bank that you think help you retain your top talent?
Yeah. So Pawan, the top three cultural elements in Hana Bank they help us attract and retain top talent are first living the Hana value. So our Hana value lead the healthy and well-balanced work culture. We strive to achieve this through transparent communication about company goal, decision, and changes. We actively listen to employee feedback and concern to foster trust, engagement, and again, sense of belonging. Second is leader empowerment. We empower and encourage leaders to demonstrate empathy, provide guidance and support, and foster a positive work environment. They create a culture where employees feel valued, motivated, and empowered to perform at their best. And the last one, open mind for continuous growth. The organization is committed to investing in employee growth and development through continuous learning.
Mm. I think that continuous growth from the employee's perspective is also like very, very important. So I absolutely love the 3 points that you mentioned about the cultural elements. Um, Talking about um, re-architecting work and workplace for the future. Um, what are like the top three developments that come to your mind when we think about re-architecting work and the workplace?
The top three come to my mind are culture first. A future at work where building community for existing employee is as valuable as attracting new talent. Just
Mm.
hiring new talent is never enough.
Yeah,
But if the existing culture is full, employee will leave. So the work environment is critical component in why employees stay. The
mm,
second one, also employee well-being and against employee experience. Organizations are recognizing the importance of employee well-being and the overall employee experience. This involves creating supportive and inclusive work environment that promote mental and physical health, work-life balance, and personal development.
mm.
And the last one is data-driven. Workforce data and people analytics can help employees make informed decisions, develop strong initiative, and achieve measurement goals.
Got it. Yeah, and I think having that data-driven mindset and the culture is also like very, very important. Um, Talking about employee experience and employee well-being, I do understand, and I'm 100% with you on this. But as an organization, you also have to sometimes, think about employee productivity and output. Um,
Yes.
and a lot of times, they sometimes become conflicting to each other, where you are promoting well-being, but you're also thinking about employee output, productivity. Obviously, it's a business, so business revenue and so many other things that come in the way of like employee well-being. But and companies and leaders are increasingly turning to humanization of work in your experience. But what are some best ways to accomplish this? Like, what are some factors that need to be in consideration when we talk about humanization of work? I think I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
So first, maybe we need to highlight actually the basic need of human being as a God creature are psychological: safety, love, belonging, extreme, and self-actualization. So we all of now is about the Maslow, right? Maslow theory. So when we talk about the humanization of work, it's important for us to place this basic need into all elements of the organization to ensure sustainable and successful harmony between people, productivity, output, company, and leaders. So
Mm,
to achieve humanization at work, we ensure the basic are met by doing first, transparent performance management. Second one, compensation and benefit structure. So we should update with the current practice, the market price. The third is career path and personal growth, recognition and appreciation, corporate culture as a part of our employee DNA. So employee can speak in the same accent, same language. And also we also give the work-life balance for the better employee engagement. And
mm.
communication and feedback is a very important for us to improve our productivity.
Yeah, I think yes, continuous feedback is definitely directly related to employee productivity. Though feedback is and that open communication is definitely like very, very important. Um, I'm going to jump to a new topic, and I would love to hear your thoughts about diversity, equity, and inclusion. How is Hana Bank fostering a culture of diversity and inclusion in the organization and in Indonesia in general? And have you implemented any newer strategies for a more equitable workplace?
Yes, of course. So we build our inclusive workforce. We need to create environment that everyone feel welcome, feel valued, respected, and empowered. So for in Hana Bank, first leader must ensure that all employees are given equal opportunity to succeed. So in
Mm,
Hana Bank, we involve all of them on strategic and collaboration initiative. Second, we must value the voice of employee. Company must actively listen to the employee opinion, input, and we take action. And the last one, the other important strategy is creating open communication culture, encourage sense of belonging, and keep everyone informed and connected. Exactly.
mm. Makes sense. And I think that definitely creates a more inclusive work environment. Um, I'm gonna ask you two questions about how you kind of run your HR team altogether. And the first one is about your HR strategies and the effectiveness of the strategies in terms of talent retention, employee satisfaction, and overall company performance. So I would love to hear like what are some of the key metrics or KPIs that you prioritize as the HR team, and also how do they translate into execution?
The effectiveness of our strategy is reflected in the achievement of company performance. So our strategy must be in line with the bank-wide company strategy. Part of SR strategy is to implement disciplined performance management, where the target of achievement must be well communicated and become the responsibility of all employees.
Mm,
The achievement of performance management shall impact the performance of the bank. So in return, if we can have a good performance, so actually will directly impact to the employee benefit,
mm,
talent retention, and also employee satisfaction.
mm. Got it. Another question with respect to strategies and in general as the HR function. I think after COVID, a lot has changed, right? Like in across the world, and even with the way how the HR teams now function. And you also mentioned in the beginning of the podcast that now you are work from office. So
Yeah.
how have you built a strong business continuity plan for the people to strengthen services and also mitigate risks after COVID-19? I would like love to hear about that.
So actually COVID-19 is like a dream, yeah. But finally we can wake up again, right? So in Hanabank, actually, COVID-19 has changed a lot the work ethic, business process, policy, and procedure in our organization. So we build a strong BCP by ensure alternate PIC and worksite as a backup. And the role and responsibility are well known to the all employee.
Mm,
We also ensure that all required infrastructure are in place, and we also have dedicated task force team to manage during the emergency situation.
mm. Got it. Makes sense. Um, I'm going to come to my last set of few concluding questions. And the first one is about what is one thing that other organizations should learn from Hana Bank's people and culture? Like, what is one thing that other organizations can learn from you folks?
I love to share actually uh, what we have in Hana Bank that make our organization is better. So actually we have culture. Our culture is combination of South Korean culture and Indonesia culture. So by
Mm,
working together side by side, we were able to build culture based on the best of the both. So
mm,
from South Korea, the culture are giving innovative output, result in a speedy manner, or in Korea call it pari-pari. In Indonesia, we call it cepat-cepat. So was maintained every day. And our expatriate leaders are very humble, friendly, and always open to the new ideas. Hence, we were able to continuously improve our process, product, and service. Meanwhile, the Indonesia culture of tepo seliro or tolerance resulted in agility in our collaboration culture. So
Got it.
to remain agile, our organization remains flat, where we don't have many employees in the middle management. So we able to minimize the bureaucracy and communication gap with understanding that all employees are our main asset. We encourage them to work together, contribute to the bank in achieving our mission, growing together, sharing happiness.
Got it. Makes sense. And I think that removing that middle management does help in overall communication across the org. And I think that's one thing that a lot of other organizations should learn from Hana Bank. I totally agree on that. Um, my next question is about what truly defines a great people leader, because there has been talked a lot about how a CHRO should be, how the HR team should be, and so many other things. But what is the what effective leadership is, and how does a CHRO or a people leader influence the culture of your workplace? That's like very important. So how do you define who is a great people leader?
Yes. So for achieving thriving organization culture required integrated approach of having the end of mind and providing the team with the support during the process. In our culture, we encourage leaders to be visionary. What makes great leaders is the ability to motivate the team through humanizing effort. Ensure that every member of their team feel valued and appreciated. This will include being empathic, actively listening, engage with the team to understand their challenge and strengthen the team to achieve highest productivity. So we must encourage our employee. We must always beside our employee from the beginning until the end of the process.
Got it. And I'm going to come to my last set of question. And again, I want to end this on a positive personal note rather than a lot of the things that we've talked about. So, if you if you could go back and give your 20-year-old self one piece of advice, what would that be?
So actually, this is a very specific question, Pawan. So when I read your question, I need maybe one day to think actually if I go back and to my 20 years old self, so what the advice that I should have it. So I think that don't limit myself, yeah. So actually as an introvert person, I'm not comfortable to meet and be surrounded by many people. I find doing things by myself very comforting. So if I go back to my 20 years old self, I must challenge myself to explore the new opportunity, learn new skills, and enjoy to meet many people like today I meet you and also Pak Heru, and give a chance for myself to go beyond and sorry, give more good impact to the society. So if I can say today, I'm very grateful with who I am now, surrounded by lovely family and wonderful friend and colleague. And actually, I think that I still have the time to realize my 20 years old dream when I'm 15 years old.
Nice. I love that answer. And I'm sure everybody who's going to listen to this, they'll also have a lot of takeaways and learn from this that, don't limit yourself. It's absolutely like necessary. And Sumya, I think this was, I did not feel like this was your first podcast. I am so glad that we did this conversation, and we got to learn so many new things about your work and about Hana Bank's culture as well. Um, and I'm glad we'll keep seeing you more often and on more events, podcasts, LinkedIn lives, and so many other things, because you have a lot to share and you have a lot to, the world has a lot to learn from the work that you have done. So I'm glad that we did this and I had this opportunity. So thank you so much for doing this conversation. I'm really, really happy we did this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pawan.